Yes! Finally! Freaking torque converter showed up. So that way, I can put it in the transmission, get the engine off the stand, get the engine mounted to the transmission, get all that set on the, get that set on the K-frame, which will be set on the cart. Then I can roll it into the car. Finally. So that's what's going to be happening right now. Excited. Keep all this stuff together. Got the transmission on a little roller now. Now I can drop the sucker down. And yes, I already put training fluid in the converter. Probably a couple of guys that are going to mention that. Oh, you didn't put transmission fluid in the converter. There is. Don't worry. Now I can lift it up. Is it high enough, you think?
That's 1 or 2 more pumps. We're good. I think I can get it over that. Roll this in through.
Start?
The wheel got caught. Finger got caught in the wheel.
Oh. There you got line motor mounts up.
Try to do that.
You go down a little bit, so you can get more view where it's at.
On the other side of it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh shit, hold on.
You go up. You don't need to angle it like that.
Well, I'm trying to get this straight. There, I think that's closer. What does that side look like? My side's good on this side. What does that side look like?
It needs to. The motor needs to go back a couple inches. The only way to do that though is to set it, is to adjust that.
We can't get that any further, huh?
No.
What if we did this, Chris? What if we turned the motor sideways?
Oh, you know what? Actually,
I don't want to roll over.
never mind.
Yeah, we're going to do this right now. That's what I do.
Forget I had sucked it in for lifting the car up.
I thought that's what you were doing. I was looking at that thinking, what are you talking about?
Well, I've done this several times.
Moving the chain out?
Well, I've done this several times. I never had this problem with it getting interfering. I was like, and then it finally dawned on me. I'm like, oh.
No, don't move it. Just hold.
No, that's all I'm doing, holding it. Push motor?
Got it. On this side.
Well, let's go.
Slow roll me down.
Huh?
Just slow roll me down.
Alright.
That should be awful close right there.
No, you're way over. You're way to your side.
I'm right on the money here. I mean, I gotta come over an inch. But
yeah, right there is about where you But you're still way up.
I can't see what that other side's doing.
Not even close.
I'm over it. I'm straddled. Up just a bit. Up just a bit. Yeah, just a tick.
All right, got the motor mounted. The K-frame. Problem was happening was the bolt hole alignment on this passenger side motor mount I couldn't get it lined up, so had to cheat it by throwing a strap on the left side exhaust manifold and lifting the left side of the motor up so that way this side would fall in. But now that's in. Now I need to put my steering box on. It's all pretty and restored. I had the automotive exchange do it.
It sure looks better than it did.
Yeah, it's the original one to the car too. Even though there's not any numbers matching stuff on the car or on the steering box. Can you give me a 3-inch extension? 3/8? Thank you.
Closest one to it.
I think, is that what your wife called 3 inches?
No, that's what I call 3 inches.
Double check these. Alright. Probably should hook up the high pressure side of the power steering wheel. I'll do that later. I want to get a new pressure side of the power steering line, high pressure side. Alright, what else do I need to hook up on this thing? I'm not.
You don't want to put a shroud on or a fan on yet, right?
No, I don't want to put any of that. I'm actually going to keep it basics or simple. Normally I would put all the suspension on it, but to keep this thing lighter, because the freaking driveway is downhill, I'm going to put less stuff on it. So, steering, oh, the starter. I'm going to put starter on now.
Sure.
Yeah. Starter and the power leads for the starter. So I'll go ahead and do that. Alright, here's the scary part of this install. Again, going to be using the cherry picker to lift the front end of the car up. This time, however, I got somewhat smarter, and we got a strap over the wheel stand, so that way the car won't rotate as much anyway. It's still hella scary though when you have the car up in the air like this. But you know what? It's what I got. It's what we're going to do. I've done it before, so we're going to do it. Alright, send her up. I feel a lot more comfortable now with the straps back.
Pretty darn close, huh? Most of it's going to
No,
go through that wheel well.
It's got to go up quite a bit. Well, sorry you missed most of this stuff. Somebody called me and it canceled the video, so you missed all the funny commentary of the motor dropping on top of me and all this shit, so oh well.
It didn't hurt much.
Yeah.
Not much there to hurt.
Alright, go ahead. It just sucks that there was a lot of good video there and it got lost.
I know, it was actually really going nice. Still coming?
Yeah.
Oh, take it, ass end to you. Ass end to you. Okay, okay. Push it my way a little bit, the whole thing. Okay.
This is much easier when it's not in a driveway.
On a hill.
On an angle, yeah.
There's a rock underneath the wheel on your side, a little pebble. Take the ass end to you.
I can't right now.
Hold that. Where do we hung? We're hung up on the thing here. We're gonna have to move this a little bit
What?
to get it to land. No, we're all right. Oh shit! The K-rail. It's off the K-rail over here. Pin.
Oh.
Where are you at? I need to go back an inch and a half, 2 inches. I'm up against the. I'm hitting here on the course port. But I think this is keeping us from doing it. This is keeping us too tight.
Well, don't loosen it.
Now I'm getting to a place where I can, but I have to. See what's going on? Tell me when you're ready. Coming off.
Alright.
Am I far enough back yet? No, it's gonna need more.
See if you can hook it somewhere else. Hold on. Wrap that strap around the front of the, around here. It's gonna have to go backwards.
Yours has to go back? How far?
No, the whole motor needs to go back a little bit.
Okay, then I'm gonna leave a little slack on this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, it's gotta be somewhere in that area, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready to come down?
Yeah, good.
Oh, it's rolling.
That's fine.
You're up against the firewall.
No,
That's
it's
not
not.
alright. Oy! Hold it there, if you can.
Can't really hold it.
I know. Damn it.
Just go down.
It's okay, as I said. I'll get in there, I'll get it coming down.
It's not. It's actually right about where it needs to be. All right. Hold on. Stop it.
We're on it.
Yep. Stop.
Huh?
Oh, the K-frame bolt hole's lined right up.
I can't see mine yet.
The
I'm
bolt hole's
awful
lined.
freaking close. It won't take but a cut here.
Where's my grease? Some grease on the foot. Alright, it's 1 inch and a 16th socket, I think. Or here, I'll grab the
You know,
socket.
as I say, you're sending the blind guy now. Let me dip shit.
Here, you just put some grease on the bolts.
What's leaking out of the car now?
That's just water.
From where?
The frame rail.
Oh.
There's no water in the motor.
No, I knew that. I was wondering where. I thought it was coming out of the floor pan or something. I thought, oh, that's not good. I got 2 started here. Didn't even have to move it.
I had to move my side a little bit.
Yeah, just to see her off. Yeah, I don't like that.
What?
That's a lot of weight in that strap now. What's it rated for?
A lot. Oh, wait, hold on. Go back down.
Well, I don't want to go down because I want to land in the hoochie. I want to scratch it.
Alright, so today has been kind of a crappy video day. supposed to be recording all the steps of how to get the motor, or how I got the motor in the car, but you know, if I'd push record and like a minute into it, the phone would ring. You know, my phone's on silent right now, and when the phone rings, it kills the video. So we'd spend 30 minutes, you know, with the car, you know, 10 feet in the air, and I'm underneath the car and worried about it dropping, and I'm cradling the engine tranny under the car while he's shifting it and all that. Lost all that. So, it's frustrating. Anyways, the K-frame is mounted, and right now I am going to get the transmission cross. I'm scooting, that's why the video's jumping. So you see the transmission still kind of floating loosely. Well, what I need to do is I need to mount the transmission mount, then put the crossmember there, stick a jack under it, suck it up the body, and then I can lift the car off the cradle. So let me get my new mount. All right, back under the car. You need to get the transmission mount hooked up, and then get the transmission bracket attached to the body. So I got a transmission mount here. You won't be able to see what I'm. The freaking speedo cable stuck to my head. You won't be able to see what I'm doing because of the jack in the way, but nothing too special. Just hooking up the bolts for the transmission mount. Just thread them in. I want them to kind of be a little bit loose, that way if I need to shift it back and forth a little bit, I can. Alright. There, they're a little loose. I guess I'm Mr. Popular today. Freaking, it's getting annoying, people interrupting the videos by calling me, but you know what? I finally put my phone on airplane mode. I should have done that a long time ago, but normally this doesn't happen. It's just today, people won't stop bothering me. Anyway, back where I was. Transmission mount. Let me scratch everything I can before I get it in there. There we go. Oh, I missed a scratch. Alright. Get this guy, go forward a little bit. Alright. Bingo. I can get 2 bolts in on this side. Uno, dos. I can't even see the other side, but maybe they're lined up. Must be off a little bit. Oh, that one went in. See how it goes now. Alright. Now I can drop the jack. Peace. Get the hell out of here. Alright, now I can lift the car back up. And scooch and get my roadkill shirt dirty. Oh well, that's what they do, is get dirty. Right. of the second one. Alright. See all the flex in that front clip? Alright, pull this guy out of here. Voila! Motor and transmission is in the car. Now I get to do all the accessory work, the fun stuff. Seeing all the new stuff get bolted to the car, every part. Alright, let's check it out. Yes! Motor and tranny is in the car now. So, the fun part begins where you start bolting all the accessories to it, and it just gets prettier and prettier every single little part you put onto it. You know, once you get the carburetor on it, and you get the air cleaner on it, all your linkages, and you start getting the fan and the shroud, and all the other little accessories that go on it, it just starts getting prettier and prettier. And you get the suspension on it, so, but as of right now, the motor and tranny, K-frame's bolted in, and the transmission mount's bolted in. I still got to do the torque converter bolts. I figure I would just go ahead and do those in the car. And then I'm actually going to be changing that transmission pan. I'm going to put a deeper sump aluminum pan on it. Yeah, I could have done it outside the car, but oh well. I'll just do it under the car. And one thing I regret not doing is I forgot to put the freaking tranny lines on the transmission and over the K-frame while I laid the motor on top of it. I forgot. So I got so much other crap going on right now. I gotta go leave here soon to go to the racetrack. We got a big SRL race tonight, or practice tonight, race tomorrow, but I don't think I'm gonna make the race because I gotta go to California. Grandma's not doing that good. So probably gonna have to leave this thing as is for the weekend. And when I come back, I can start bolting all the stuff to it. There's just way too much to even think about, naming off lists of parts to put on this thing still. You get my tranny lines, and you get the trans cooler in. I ordered my AC compressor bracket, so I need to order the AC compressor, the adapter lines. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff I gotta do. I want to get a new high pressure hose for the power steering. I need to get a new power steering hose. I need to do a lot. But that's all little stuff, and usually you can knock out all the little stuff pretty quick. At least the motor and tranny is in the car now, so then I can make progress on getting this thing running and driving. It's gonna look awesome when I get all my suspension on it too. All my suspension's done, ready to bolt on this thing. So, you know, my torsion bars. Torsion bars are already powder coated. Drive shaft's already rebuilt. That's ready to go in. I have everything for my exhaust system now, so I can start getting that going. Yeah, that's kind of the main reason I wanted to get the motor tranny in the car, is so I can start building the exhaust, because that's going to take a while. It's all stainless. But anyway, I got a lot of shit to do today. At least Eddie was here for a little bit helping me. Yeah, at least it goes a little bit faster with two people. It just sucks. I lost all that footage of us getting the motor in the car. Oh well. I need to get some food and then go on doing about my day. Anyways, I'll give you one more pan around look at the motor. Looking all sheshy itself and sitting inside this car. And I saw this car, because it rained, so the car got wet. Yeah, it's getting clear coated. It looked way better when it was wet. Anyways, yeah, now I gotta put the steering column back in. A lot. Still a lot to do. But, knock it out one at a time. See ya. Alright, I have one problem with the air cleaner on this car right now. And the only reason I have the problem with the air cleaner is because the intake manifold I chose. It's a Mopar wedge intake manifold, which is a higher rise dual plane intake. And I'm not giving up that intake. That is staying on here because that intake will work perfectly with these heads cam combo. So what I'm going to have to do is make that air cleaner fit. If you drop down here, you can see that air cleaner sticks up quite a bit, and the hood won't shut because of it. The hood will get down to about, see, and that's right there. The air cleaner is hitting the hood, right at the front of the air cleaner. But I have a fix for this. All right, so my original plan to get that air cleaner to drop down was I was gonna cut a 1/2 inch out of the height of the base. Because if you see right there, and a half by like an inch. And so my plan was, you know, just quick and easy so I didn't have to order anything. I was just going to get that off of there. See that, see those 2 lines right there? I was gonna cut that out and then weld the 2 back together so that way it would drop the air cleaner base. But then I was thinking, I was like, well, do I really want to modify the stock base? You know, I could probably use it on another car. So I was like, ah, screw it. I'll just go ahead and order, boom, the Mancini one. So this will already drop the air cleaner base a 1/2 inch, which actually I'll show you right here. All right, get that one on the ground. Get that one next to it. You can see that's flush and that's flush. That's flush, and this is up about a 1/2 inch. So what that's gonna do is when you put it on the carburetor, it's gonna drop that down a 1/2 inch. So we had 1.5 inches at the coil. So now let's see what we got. And I didn't pre-measure this, so I'm hoping I'm right with that 1/2 inch. All right. I only got 2 limbs. Oh, actually, you know what? It's 5/8 of an inch. Okay, so it dropped it 5/8 of an inch. And, which I think I read that somewhere. Anyways, that drops it enough to where the hood will shut. The hood still rests on the air cleaner. I mean, the hood just comes down and just barely, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch above it. So as soon as the motor torques over, the air cleaner is going to hit the hood again. One thing I can do to fix that is get rid of that thermal gasket there. It's that really thick gasket that takes heat away from the carburetor by having a there's a fancy word for it, I forgot it. Anyway, it won't transfer the heat from the intake manifold to the carburetor as much. But if I get rid of that, in Vegas, there's a lot of freaking heat during the summertime, and I'm gonna drive this sucker. So, plus I'm gonna be traveling cross country. I don't want to get vapor lock. I don't want to deal with that shit. So, well, in order for that hood to clear the air cleaner, I'm gonna have to get rid of it. But I don't really have to worry about vapor lock anymore because, pow, FAST, fast. This sucker now has fast fuel injection. Oh yeah. So I got the whole fuel injection set up for it, the throttle body, the fuel system, the pump, everything. The fuel pressure regulator, I bought the whole kit. It was like, oh, $1,300. And you know, buy once, cry once. I wanted this car fuel injection, I might as well just do it now. Since I'm not gonna be driving it up to North Dakota, you know, I just don't have enough time because, you know, my grandma getting sick, and she actually ended up passing away not long after I made that video. A couple days, I think. So dealing with all the inheritance stuff, and you know, it's a shitty deal, but at least it gives me the opportunity to do a few things, like, you know, I'll be able to buy a house with a shop and be able to build all the cool shit I want, and well, and be able to work on customer stuff better now. So, but yep, so I got the whole fast fuel injection system, and this one really hurt the wallet, but I had to do it. I ordered the whole fast engine management system for Daisy. That was $3,300. It's like, fuck. But I had to have it, and I bought it. So with the power this thing's gonna be making, 1,000 horsepower, I needed a good engine management system, and you know, that's what I chose. And I ordered the fuel injectors; those showed up. The fast engine management system for Daisy hasn't shown up yet, but you know, this car is gonna have a whole different episodes. So I'm just kind of showing what I got. So I got the fuel injector. Ooh, saved it. It didn't hit the ground yet. Oh. Put those back in the box. Those were expensive. All right, no touch. But yeah, I got the fuel injectors for this thing. The injectors that are on here are just stock injectors from mock-up. So now I got some fancy schmancy fuel injectors with a fancy schmancy purple billet cap on it. I guess that's supposed to make it faster. Anyway, it looks cool. These injectors are, they're made in America, so made in USA. These are AUS injections, so that should work pretty good. And oh yeah, I got actually, let me go get it. Actually, I'll show you a quick description. I also got a new radiator for the turquoise car. This isn't it. This is the original radiator. I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm doing here. So the original radiator in the Mopars, the coolant only flows from here down. So it has, what, 18, 19 inches of time that the coolant spins with the air flowing past it. Which on a big block at 115 degree temperatures, it ain't working too good. Especially with AC when you got the evaporator or the condenser in front of it. So yeah, this style of radiator, it's just not going to work for me. I don't want to have to be worried about heat issues. So since I race circle track, you know, all the radiators we have running at high RPM and not a whole lot of speed on dirt track and stuff, they have multiple pass radiators, which the coolant flows through it multiple times before going back to the motor, which this one only flows through it once. So that's, you know, let me just get a tape measure and measure it. All right, back to only having 2 limbs. All right, what we got? 17.5 inches is how long the coolant spins in the radiator, and the coolant flows through this thing pretty fast. So it's going to spend what, a second and a half, 2 seconds with the air. No bueno. So let me show you what I got. So what I have here is a radiator that's actually built for an IMCA modified circle track car, and this is a triple pass radiator. So the coolant flows through this thing 3 times before exiting the radiator. So, and it's 20 inches across. So that's 20, 20, and 20. So the coolant spends over 3 times the amount of time with the air traveling across it as it would the stock radiator. Yeah, so this is 60 inches of time, well, just 60 inches of time that the air spends with the coolant versus 18 inches, or 17.5. So it's got to be at least 3.5 times. So this thing will cool way better. Granted, this is not made for a Mopar, but dimension-wise, it'll fit. All I got to do is weld some bracing to it, or weld some mounting tabs. That way, this will mount in the car. Which actually, let me show you. Let me just drop it in there real quick. So you're gonna be staring at the hood of the car for a second. So it'll fit in here. I got to make some mounting tabs, lift it up a little bit, and then I'll have to make some mounting tabs for the stock fan shroud. But yeah, I should be able to mount the stock fan shroud to this thing and make it mount the body. Because you can see the mounting bolts are right next to there. So all I got to do is weld some aluminum to the tank, and then so that way it mounts to the body. So this is going to be way more better. All right, you know, having a radiator that has the coolant spend 3 times as long in it for, you know, to cool these big blocks. Yeah, I probably don't want to leave it in there. Let me pull this back out. Let me scratch it up and ding all the fins first. All right. But yep, that's going to be my little. Actually, I never even test fit the fan shroud on it. Let me go ahead and see how bad that's going to be to fit it. All right, that's going to take some finagling. Shouldn't be that bad though. So I'm gonna have to modify the fan shroud over here for the water outlet, and then modify it down there at the bottom for the water. Oh no, the water inlet, water outlet. So I'll have to modify the fan shroud, but make some mounting tabs for it, and this fan shroud will mount right to this thing. All right, digging it. The car definitely won't overheat. while everybody else is at these car shows and overheating or whatever, you know, in 115-degree temperatures, I'll just be chugging right along. So I likes it. Just trying to think ahead of time. I don't want any problems with this car. I want to be able to jump in this thing and drive from here to New York and not have a freaking problem. Alright, well, I got a lot of shit to do. I can't really work on the turquoise car, and I can't work on the yellow car. I got a lot of stuff I got to do to catch up before I can, because I got to go back to California for the funeral, and then I got to deal with all the investment crap, and anyway, a lot of stuff I got to deal with, and family issues. I rambled on a minute about some bad blood between family members on this whole inheritance deal. I'll just keep that to myself. I would like to tell everybody how much of a piece of shit certain somebody is, but it's alright. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I got shit to do. A lot. So, see, guess what? My seats are here. Finally have my seats. So, can't wait to put these together. I'm going to do a little bit of touch-up paint. Take the tracks off, clean them up, grease them, everything, and then I'll get them in the car. But I finally have my seats. They look great. Thanks, Ariel, for finally getting me my seats. But, alright, see it. Well, more presents just keep showing up for this thing. So here's the new AC compressor, the adapter fittings for the stand-in compressor, and here's the brackets to adapt the stand-in compressor to my big block. So I'm not going to be running that big, honky, heavy, dual piston cast iron AC compressor. I'm going to be running this guy. Lighter, more efficient, and I'll just run R134 and be good. I'm going to get all the AC hoses redone with all new line. Just pull them off and take them down and have them put all new hoses on it. So AC system should work pretty good, or at least good enough to make me happy during the summertime. But yeah, that's just a couple more goodies that showed up. Not really go fast goodies, but comfortable goodies. So alrighty.